Hi, welcome to Mystic Frequency. I'm Lisa, and I'll be your collective tarot reader here today on February 15th, 2026. But no matter when you click into this reading, if it's further down the road, there's a message here that your guides are trying to bring to you and have you open up and read for yourself or even listen to. And you are more than welcome to go ahead and dive into the timestamp within the descriptions below so that way you can go ahead and get started into the reading while I get the rest of the intro out of the way. If today's your birthday, happy birthday. Thank you for making it another trip around the world with us today. Always here on this channel, I want my listeners to know that they deserve to celebrate or find things to celebrate in their life that is good. And then leading into my disclaimers, always remember I cannot give professional advice, but I can share personal experiences if I feel like it may assist or help those that are here today. And always remember that you are in charge of the wheel, and whatever is shown is not the only thing you should do. Always think about your current situation and know what is right for you or the relationships that you have around you, or even your career and what is going on at work. You don't have to take this and let this be the only source of information that you have. Always research. And if this reading starts to not resonate, or you find that it is not in alignment with what is going on with you, do not try to force or click this so that way it does match your energy. That's usually significant of you may have someone that is really close to you. And I mean, this could be anyone in your family, your friend group, or like I said, at work even. And your guides are just bringing this to you so that way you can hopefully share this message with them or even give them advice if you find that there's something here that really helps you find a solution to a problem that you have. And secondly, this can be a tool to add to your belt. So the more tools you have in your belt, the more equipped and experienced you are when you do come across any kind of information that is given. But I'm excited. So let's go ahead and dive into the energy that is starting out today. We have Aquarius coming through, and it makes a lot of sense that this energy has been very repetitive and repeating throughout this entire month, leading up to the new moon that is coming in Aquarius. So you don't have to have this energy in order for it to resonate. This just means that Aquarius is trying to innovate something in your life or help you find ways to progress further, progress with your community, progress in your endeavors. But they're wanting you to find your way, if I can speak, find your way to express your own originality, having your own original thoughts, having your own original beliefs that you have that may be different from the norm or what everybody else, expects of the norm. It's, unconventional paths. So what is an unconventional path? Well, think about what is normal for most people. Is it a desk job? Is it retail work? Is it where you find a lot of people oftentimes go into a workforce, even factory work? Or is this the kind of unconventional path that you would normally not see many people do for themselves? This can talk about advancing in cellular biology. That's an example. It's, finding a theory that most people don't even explore in because there's just not enough information out there about that theory, or creating your own theory, or trying to rediscover something that hasn't been found yet is what I'm getting. But this is talking about creating a place where everyone has a perfect home, if that makes sense, where if one person doesn't feel like they belong, it's finding a place for them to belong. And Aquarius wants you to find that for yourself today. If you feel like you're not fitting into a mold, then step outside of that mold, that box that people are trying to put you in, so that way you can create your own mold today. So bring that special quality that you have to the world. So I felt like I wanted to pull from my tarot, the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit tarot that I have, Oracle, and you drew the eagle. So let me talk a little bit about the air sign within this oracle. This is things that are moving quickly, where you have to make a decision in the moment that is going on. And if you found that you have been stuck or stagnant, the eagle is coming in to really pick you up off the ground and carry you above all the problems that you may have going on. Or if you need a little bit more of a broader, I may have already said a broader perspective, a helicopter view of the whole shebang, if that makes sense. And helping you kind of review the speed at which you are working behind your actions and the intentions that you currently have. The eagle is going to let you know if you're not grounded. Yes, it picked you up and took you away from the ground, but they wanted you to see how there are areas in your life that you may have not been putting focus into, or you have found that there are more challenges than you really want to deal with right now. And by giving you that bigger perspective of all the things that you are working against or working with, you are going to be able to channel that energy more effectively. And this card wants you to be able to push yourself into the unknown, so that way you can be your best self and feel stronger with each step that you take. And when you find that you are trying to control everything, or everything is just falling out of your hands, and so you're just grasping things that are walking away from you or leaving, or you find that things are ending quicker than you thought they would, this is removing you from that need to control and putting you in a better mental state, if you will, because you may find that you're having difficulties in communicating with others. And I love that this eagle, in the US, it's like the sense of freedom is trying to come through. And so when I see the eagle, one of the images that came to my mind the instant I pulled this card is I imagined someone being a snake that had this skin that was trying to, break itself off, but the snake was trying to hold on to the skin because that was the only thing it ever knew to do, was to be within this own mold. And this eagle taking this snake and rising it above, so that way it can drop it. And yes, that may seem very scary, because once the snake falls, it dies. And that's usually how they eat their their prey, if you will, is they'll bring it to their own higher ground. It's not going to fight it on its own territory. And this may be something that you need to hear, is whatever you have going on, you need to seek higher ground. So that way you are not trying to fight something on the same level as whatever it is that you see a wall against, or someone with their own sword or weapon. And this is not the only thing that this eagle is carrying with you. Whenever I was pulling this crystal card for your reading today, I got the desert rose. And then I imagined this eagle carrying you with this desert rose to kind of help you with this karmic fire transformation that needs to happen. And so the desert rose talks about time travel, ancestral healing, and patience. A natural beauty, desert rose and its petals were patiently etched by the sand, carrying with them a special message that good things take time. Desert rose promotes mental clarity by releasing negative belief systems that no longer serve you. Desert rose has the special power of time travel, and is able to heal past wounds that still affect you today and alleviate pain from this lifetime or a past life. Use this stone to connect with your ancestors or past selves, you need to reconcile with Pluto being in Scorpio. And I actually did have a desert rose. And what was very peculiar about this whole reading is I have been thinking about this stone for quite a minute. And the fact that I've had it kind of like tucked behind my crystals in my globe. And it made me think of the fact that it has a way of, talking to your ancestors or thinking of your ancestors. It's a very brittle stone. So if you ever have these crystals, please take care of them. And so this is a reading, and I am very confident that this reading is someone's ancestor that is trying to come through to help bring, if I can speak, and I really hope that this is not someone that you have a hard time communicating with in the past, or if you've just never talked to this ancestor. But I encourage you to really look into your family and maybe ask those that may know about this specific individual. They cared a lot about their sense of freedom. So they may have been an advocator over fighting for freedoms for people who have had things taken away from them, and being the pioneer of that force, which makes a lot of sense for Aquarius to be coming in here, because this is someone who is fighting for someone's rights. They care about any kind of injustices that are going on in people's lives, and being the rebel, being the person that isn't going to sit down and, give up and not put a fight in. They're going to actually fight for this. So whoever that may be in your life. And so this reading, after I got that kind of like that message from Spirit that this is someone who has an ancestor in their life that is wanting to show where they need to put their focus, where their career is at currently, their relationships, and even how they have been trying to talk to them in their dreams. So I hope you are okay with this reading taking a little bit different turn from how I normally would do it. But let me go ahead and talk about the masculine energy and some self-care that needs to come through first. You are being guided with your heart. Add some logic to the situation. Add a way to communicate what it is that you are thinking or what you are seeing, so that way your heart doesn't cloud your eyes with rose-colored glasses or make you think that, okay, this is a good thing, while you ignore the red flags that are going on. And then, so remember, your aura is shining bright. When you actually believe that you have this bright energy around you, you are pulling in even more bright energy into your life. So that way, no matter if there is any kind of negativity or setbacks, delays, obstacles in your life, you're going to be able to shine through those obstacles and find the path that is illuminated for you. But let me go ahead and flip your tarot cards over. We have the Sun coming up, the Five of Pentacles in your career area. Again, now this did show up yesterday, so I will put a little bit more emphasis into this. And the Eight of Wands in reverse, and the Ten of Wands in upright for your subconscious. So here's what I love about the Sun, and I was just recently watching a did you know little bit facts about certain tarot cards. But in the original Rider-Waite tarot, the Sun shows a baby that is on a horse and it is riding it, and the Sun is in the background and it is holding this flag, and the flag is red. So the Sun, yes, it is trying to show you how to be more positive in a situation where you can have fun and bring warmth to all areas of your life, so that way you can feel successful and have vitality come through. But it will also show you the areas of your life that you may have been ignoring that are true red flags. And one of those red flags that it is trying to show you is your work environment, the people you work with, or even your path towards a fulfilling career, because it may feel as if you are lacking. Maybe you don't feel as if you have the skill set in order to be financially stable, or even, you know, you may find that you have financial loss that has occurred in your life. Maybe you have lost a job of some sorts, or you are still thinking about a job that you have lost, and it's causing you to have to really rearrange all of your financial assets that you have, how you are spending, how you are budgeting. But this is an emphasis around your financial well-being that needs to be addressed, because it is like even your mind is really thinking about this major change that has occurred. And this is a card that talks about, with the Ten of Wands pairing, that you may be struggling to make your ends meet and could have taken on too much financial responsibility and debts, and you are barely getting by. Your guides are coming in because they've seen this going on in your life, and they are trying to bring people, they are trying to bring you resources, and they are trying to, show that there is luck here for you to grab a hold of, because the golden oyster mushroom symbolizes luck and prosperity and good fortune. And you may be focused on, let me go ahead and get my book out, because now I'm talking about the mushroom symbolisms here. But there is community here with this mushroom because it grows in tight clusters. Look to the strong relationships that you have with those around you that can really help you get out of this feeling of, being stuck, not going anywhere, losing hope, being stuck out in the rain or the cold, or people giving you the cold shoulder, or even the I don't want to ask for help. I don't want to ask for a raise. I don't want to have to find a new job. I've only known one skill my entire life, or I've only done one thing with my life. This card wants you to embrace and step into the unknown here, and really think about the fact, if you are in good health, do something with it. There, if you can get up and get out of the bed, then that is a good sign here that you can keep looking. If you are thinking about leaving your job, think about the job market. Think about how long it may take for you to get into a new role, or wait for the orientations. It's that kind of thing. Or think about how you can start a savings account so you can start planning for, just in case, things don't work out and a job falls through. But don't leave a job unless you have something already in hand and you're just not waiting for, it's like, oh, I'll give you an interview, and then you leave your job and then find out you don't even get an interview because they forgot. It's that kind of thing that is going on. Now, the Devil's Cigar, even though this is the Five of Pentacles, the Devil's Cigar is a very rare mushroom, and it is part of the Texas Pride. So this grows in Texas, and it's very mysterious because they have this legend called the hissing legend. And when you hear the audible hiss of a devil's cigar releasing its spores, it is believed to bring a lifetime of good luck. But this I asks about your family ancestors to see if anyone smoked a cigar, or maybe someone that lived within Texas, if you have any family members. And, find ways to connect with this ancestor, because that's a very unique image that I had of this eagle holding a cigar in their mouth while they were picking you up to drop you on your ground, so that way you can realize, yeah, things are bad. Yes, you're going to be bruised by life's ups and downs, but it doesn't kill you. You can come back from this. This whole mushroom deck talks about death, decay, rebirth from what it is that you are taking in, so that way you can develop a better relationship with yourself, a better relationship within the ecosystem that you live in. And notice when there are things around you that are poisonous, that you should not be ingesting, or things around you that could promote good health and vitality here. But this Five of Pentacles is very mysterious today. And it's like, yes, when you have in the back of your mind that, oh, if I leave, they'll just find someone to replace me. That is very negative to think about. You should see your worth. You should see the aura that you bring to your workplace, and understand that you are a worthy person. You bring a lot. You bring a lot to the table here. I just seen poker table in my head. And it's time to take a gamble now. It's time to take a gamble and actually start putting effort into your life to see what will unfold. It's better to try than to have never tried at all. And leaning over into my relationship area, I do kind of want to talk about the Eight Wands, because it can be very tricky, because this is talking about something that has moved really fast. And the red coral talks about something that is purely for admiration here. It's a look but don't touch. Whatever that case may be, this makes me think of someone that is looking into a relationship that there's a lot of loose ends that haven't been tied up for them. And before you try to really speed things up, actually wait for them to untangle themselves from what they are currently committed to, and don't even approach something if they are committed to something else. And the Eight of Wands is talking about not rushing into things without a plan, because this feels like a relationship that is being rushed, and it's just kind of like it's happened. And it's like, what do I do with this? I didn't expect this to actually even happen. And here's another, I see this red in here, and it makes me think of the emphasis on a relationship that is a red flag. Now, yesterday's reading, I feel like is really kind of tying over in today, because we did have the Tower in this field. So if something is too good to be true, or if you are letting your heart ignore all the red flags that may be going on, really think about the situation and what it is your ancestor is trying to tell you. If your ancestor would not approve of this relationship, they're going to provide you some big major signs. They are going to intentionally make you have to look for your keys. That's one thing that I heard, is you're going to lose sight of your keys. You're not going to be able to walk out the door because of this, because they want you to focus more on your career. If you're putting too much emphasis on this relationship, if they're creating lack, or they're not letting you grow in your own career, or they're causing you to have more debt and burdens in your relationship. And they may even, you're trying to book a flight to them, because the Eight of Wands can talk about air travel and finding destination points in order to, further your game, if you will. But you may find there's delays here. You may find that you don't have the financial ability in order to actually go where you want to go with these people. Or if you find that you are spending way too much money on these people and they're just taking off with it. So being really careful about, how much movement you are putting into this relationship. Are they just standing there, or do you find that they are reciprocating? Or if they're not, then take a step back and see if there's anything that you need to bring to light here in this. The Ten of Wands, and I thought this was really interesting. So the Ten of Wands is the blackening wax caps, and this has another name. It's also known as the witch's hat. So this is transformation after bruising that is coming through. Your mind is picking up on the burdens and the responsibilities that are going on in your life. And I know I did talk about it with the Five of Pentacles, because you are barely getting by with what you have. And now it's wanting you to see, are your relationships adding more than they are helping? Or are we being, are we ignoring that the sun is trying to show us these red flags, and we're just trying to be positive? Or we're telling our friends, oh, it's okay, he's just real busy, she's real busy. Or they've had a lot going on in their life and I just really want to help them, but it's putting more strain on you. Or if you find that you're trying to jump into your own 401k to help someone get out of their own situation. That was very specific. But really look at what needs to be completed here, because the Ten of Wands shows that something is about to be completed. You are almost there, and you're probably worrying about the finish line. And it's like each step you take, it's like one thing gets thrown at you and it's weighing you down, all these delays and obstacles. But this card only, or this mushroom only, changes after they have gone through a lot of stimulating situations and literally bruising. They literally go through a lot of bruising, a lot of elbow grease, if you will. So let me go ahead and flip the affirmations around within each card. So the sun is, I am grateful for when the sun does shine in my life and shows me the things that were in the dark but are now illuminated. And I am grateful when the sun does come out, because it makes me feel blessed and I have youth and vitality. The Five of Pentacles wants you to see that there are still a lot of things around you that you should feel thankful for with gratefulness, and to find, what are things that do still make me happy in my life? What are, even when I've lost quite a bit or I've had to take on a lot more responsibility, what are some things that you are still happy for? Or what are some things that I'm still happy at my work with? So that way you can find the motivation to keep going and, regaining your financial stability. Then the Eight of Wands has, I am optimistic even when there are delays. That this is not going to prevent me from finishing a cycle or completing something in my life. The Ten of Wands has, I am in alignment with with the universe. You're understanding the struggles. You're understanding that this is just a part of that karmic cycle, the wheel that goes around. And it makes you cherish the really good times. So that way, when you have it good, you have it really good. And when you have it bad, you are blessed for the good times. Then your Moonology influencing, and I went ahead and just did one, influencing all these cards. It's time to take action. New Moon in Aries. Take action in your career, take action in your relationships, and just put more focus and emphasis on the things that really do light you up. But that is your reading today, my dears. And if you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, and subscribe so that way you can see more of these different kinds of readings that I do daily. And if you know anybody that would benefit greatly from this reading, please share. Sharing is caring. And if you know of a way to kind of help them in their financial situation, if this did not resonate for you, please share your wisdom. But I'm going to go ahead and end it here and let y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.